You thought your lies were safe, but tonight they stick harder than glue. It was a Tuesday night, which should have been my first clue. Nothing good ever comes from a Tuesday. I was lying on the bed when I heard the shower kick on again. That was Marissa's second shower of the day. She was never the obsessive clean type. More like an every other day unless I've got plans kind of woman. 2 showers? That was unusual enough to stick in my mind. As the water ran, my eyes landed on her handbag, tossed open on the chair. The zipper undone, half its contents spilled across the floor. Receipts, lip gloss, hair ties, even a torn-out section from a travel magazine. Normally, I'd never snoop. Digging through your spouse's purse feels like breaking one of marriage's golden rules. But the mess bugged me. So, like the good husband, I decided to tidy up before she got out and did her usual midnight stress cleaning routine. I crouched down, scooping up tampons and gum packets, chuckling at how she owned 20 lipsticks that all looked the same, shade of red. That's when my fingers brushed something odd, cool, metallic, and far too sleek to be everyday purse junk. I pulled it out and held it under the lamp. A silver tube, 4 inches long. Elegant, minimalist, something Apple might design if they ever branched into lubrication. Japanese writing ran down the side in neat black script. Definitely not the pharmacy bargain bin type. My gut sank. Curiosity clawed at me. I scanned the text with my phone's camera, and Google Translate popped up with the answer that froze me solid. Premium men's lubricant. Long-lasting. Men's. Not couples, not women's, men's. And worse, the tube was already half empty. My stomach turned. Marissa had never bought anything like this for us. We barely used lube at all, and when we did, it was cheap stuff from the drugstore. This wasn't for us. My eyes drifted to her tablet, glowing faintly on the desk. She'd left. It opened. The home screen looked ordinary. Neat little folders labeled work, fun, groceries. Groceries? That was suspicious. This was the same woman who dragged me to 3 stores just to find her favorite brand of pasta sauce. She hated online grocery shopping. I tapped it. Inside was only one app I'd never seen before. A dull, gray icon, a chat platform. My thumb hovered for what felt like forever before I opened it. At the top, Leo. No photo, just a shadow silhouette. But the words, "Can't wait for Thursday. Got our usual room at the Marriott. Bring that silver one. Makes everything better. Can't wait to do things to you your husband never could." I scrolled. More messages, weeks worth. Hotel meetups, photos, mentions of that same silver tube now sweating in my palm. The dates matched every late night at work, every girls' night out, every too tired, honey. The shower water kept running. I could hear her humming a tune, carefree, like she hadn't just torched 15 years of marriage. My hands steadied. No more shaking. I went to the kitchen, opened the junk drawer, and pulled out the superglue I'd bought for house repairs. If she wanted to play with her expensive little toy, fine. I'd make sure it was unforgettable. When she finally emerged, towel wrapped around her, she smiled sweetly, almost too sweet. "Hey, babe, you look tired. Want some milk? It'll help you sleep." Milk. Right after I'd mentioned my early meeting at dinner. A cover story she'd tucked away so she could sneak out. She'd even dosed the glass. I faked a sip, smiled, and told her I loved her. The lie rolled off my tongue like poison. An hour later, she slipped out of bed, thinking I was dead asleep. At 12:45 a.m., I heard the door click shut. I followed, heart pounding. At the end of the hall, near the elevator, she was pressed against him. Leo. Tall, muscular, younger. The guy she thought was worth wrecking her life for. They disappeared into his apartment, directly above ours. Through the thin walls, I heard them laughing, talking, then the sound of the tube being opened. My little project 30 seconds later came the confusion, then panic, then sheer horror. What the? Leo's voice cracked. It's not coming off! Marissa shrieked. We're stuck. Why can't we? They tried everything. Soap, water, oil, nothing worked. Finally, I heard the dreaded phone call. Yes, we need an ambulance. It's hard to explain. We're stuck. I smiled. Phase 1 complete. The next morning, Marissa limped back home looking wrecked. Hair a mess, makeup gone, moving like she'd been through war. She tried to lie. A work emergency, a fall down the stairs. Then Leo showed up, jeans half undone, wincing with every step. They spoke in half sentences, code words, terrified I'd catch on. Too late. Phase 2 was waiting. Dinner. A feast of ghost peppers, reapers, and chili crab hot enough to strip paint. Watching her force bites down, sweating and shaking, was pure theater. Later, I swapped her soothing ointment with capsaicin cream. At dawn, her screams rattled the walls. By noon, she was in surgery. Permanent damage, the doctor said. That's when I served the divorce papers. She refused, laughed in my face, claimed Leo wasn't the first, claimed there was an entire network. She wasn't lying. Her tablet revealed everything. A secret. Community of cheaters, complete with fraud, escorts, even company funds funneled into their little escapades. It wasn't just betrayal. It was criminal. I handed it all to the authorities. Within weeks, arrests were made, accounts frozen. And thanks to a viral ambulance video, Leo's career as a relationship coach went up in flames. By the end of the month, both Marissa and Leo were in jail. My lawyer made sure she walked away with nothing but medical bills and a destroyed reputation. Sometimes karma needs a little nudge, and sometimes justice arrives in a silver tube.